Mike's love.
Absolutely.
I turned that scoreboard off quick, huh? What was the score?
45-0.
45-0. Yeah. We're here. We have the final 45-0. Pleasant Grove Hawks. Big win tonight. What do you think about it?
Just a great team win. You know, I said last week, Coach Gibson have his guys ready to go, and we came out hot and put 21 up pretty quick on them, and just kind of put them in a hole and just kept putting the pressure on them. Good win.
Defense just continues to be more dominant each and every week. It's just impressive. I mean, and hard hits. Nick Martin laid some wood tonight. KJ laid some wood tonight. It's just impressive seeing how those guys are starting to come around.
How many first downs did Gladewater have? 10 maybe? I mean, it wasn't very many.
Yeah, they didn't have much of a sustained drive down the field, but
I'm excited to see final stats from this on how many total yards they did have.
Couldn't have been much over 100. It wasn't a whole lot.
You know, they had a couple of long passes, but I mean, outside of that, there really wasn't that much.
Yeah. Great environment though tonight. Pleasant Grove turned out again, and football team played really sound.
The halftime performance.
Band's
was great.
getting better.
Yeah.
And not that they're not great, but you can just see improvements and more precision every week, and so. Anyway, just great to see.
Yeah, Showstoppers did great. Band did great. Cheerleaders did their thing.
Yeah. No, the band actually added about an extra minute and a half to that program, so they're almost to where they're going to have their full show that they'll have at competition.
Yeah, exciting.
Awesome. It was actually a more dominating performance than I thought it would be. I mean, I thought it would be 2 or 3 touchdowns, but that wasn't even a game.
Coach Fuller, I mean, I know y'all watch him, but man, there's intensity down there. I mean, he doesn't want this team, anybody to get a yard on them. You know, and we hear a lot of coaches say it, but if you watch him, he's serious.
You could tell on that last drive that they wanted to keep that 0 on the board.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would too. I put in a lot of work into that.
Absolutely.
Bruce, big game. Sergio got him another TD. Logan Johnson got him another touchdown. But all in all, big team win. Kind of like what we
everybody
expected.
contributed. There was about 10 different people catching ball tonight. I didn't even know who all was catching balls out there.
Yeah.
And Ben Harmon ran hard. I don't know what the final stats will be, but I think he and Bruce may have over 100 yards tonight.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Something you notice that we came out and definitely won the first quarter, but then we came out in the second half and they got the ball and a play or two, and Sergio picked it and went to the house, you know.
Yeah.
And so being able to start fast in those halves, it really helps put you in a good position.
And that was one of the things that I asked Coach Gibson about tonight as far as turnovers. And I'm glad to see us get one, and especially take it back to the house.
The defense seemed like it got its second win after having kind of a stagnant second quarter, in my opinion. And, you know, they just kind of recovered from Landon getting hurt, and they all stepped up and finished the game out.
What else do you say? I mean, it looks like we have a lot to build on going into next week. I mean, big game.
Well, Torrey Phillips had a good game. He had a lot of pressures tonight. And, with Landon going out, out of the second half, it was good to see some of those other guys step up and really keep putting the pressure on the quarterback, because they were in a throwing situation. And I mean, to hold them to 0 points, that's impressive.
Oh yeah.
Chapel Hill put up, they're still playing right now, but I think they put up 58 tonight.
Oh wow.
And they put up some big numbers this year. So again, Coach Gibson, he'll have them ready.
Oh yeah, he sure will. Band just now getting done with the school song. Man, another fun environment. I mean, it's an exciting time to be a Hawk, isn't it?
No doubt. I'm proud to be a Hawk, and I'm just proud of our community for coming out and supporting our kids tonight. And when you see our cheerleaders or whatever it is, it's just excellent. That's what it is, and that's what Pleasant Grove is. So
You know, I was coming to game 7 or 8 years ago, and how much we've improved in everything in the last 7 or 8 years is just tremendous. I mean, big difference.
I call it 55 square miles of excellence.
Yeah.
So that's what we are in Pleasant Grove.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's take a real quick commercial break, and we'll grab some players, start coming back with player interviews.
Find yourself in need of emergency care, come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are locally owned with board-certified physicians for all your emergencies. We accept all private insurance. At Texarkana Emergency Center, we have on-site lab, pharmacy, x-ray, ultrasound, and CT. Come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. Real ER without the wait. The next generation of emergency care.
Yeah, I kind
We're
of.
back. We got Bruce Garrett with us. Man, another big night. This long run you had down here, dude. We were at the other side of the field, and it just looked like burners took off on that, man. It's fun watching you play. What was it like out there tonight?
It was a really good team win. You know, we got to play a bunch of people out there, and you know, got to see some other guys get out there, run around, and that's actually a really good team. You know, we just played, and to get a win like that is huge. We've been prepping really big for that.
Did last year come into mind at all with your preparation this week?
Yes, sir. Big time, actually. The way we come into the locker room and we prepare, and the way we focus, and just everything all on the whole. Because last year wasn't as good, so you know we just made sure to fix the things that we couldn't fix last year.
Well, I'm not going to speak for you, but Coach said this was the best week of practice that he's seen out of y'all's team. How do you feel about this week of practice?
Yes, sir. As a whole, everything was good. The scout team look was good, and you know, practice went pretty well. Went through offensive plays, got through a bunch of them, and just got a bunch of reps, and everybody got to play.
Your defense holds on a 4th and 4, and then the very next play you come out and you bust one off for 48 yards. That had to feel good.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, that's a huge credit to my O-line and Nick Martin for getting that big block for me. You know, that wouldn't be possible without them. So.
Well, we're going to bring on some of your O-line guys, but one of them had 11 pancakes tonight.
Yeah, that's crazy. Big credentials to that guy. Big credentials to all of them.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Hey, appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Bruce.
We'll be following you, dude.
Yes, sir.
Great game.
You.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Connor.
Good job.
So bringing on Connor Stanfield. Had one of the nastiest blocks I've seen in a long time last week. We tried to find him. You ran off the field. We were like, man, hey, go get that guy. Man, he's already in the locker room. But big block last week, man. I mean, there was a lot, but that one, I was just happened to be standing right there. I was like, oh, I started tapping everybody around me. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was wrong.
So you guys have like a competition to see who can get the most pancakes?
This week we did, I would have to say that. I mean, it's just crazy. Some weeks we're strong a little bit, but this week we were strong.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was fun.
It showed.
Looks like y'all are really coming together as a unit.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Absolutely, man.
Well, tell us a little bit about your pregame meal preparation that you have with the team.
So on Friday I made a bet with my dad, like my freshman year. I said, when I get on varsity, every Friday you bring me Chipotle, and I get that, chips, and a drink. And I eat that, and then I'll go home, and I'll get about a protein bar, and then I'll drink water all the way on the bus. When I get here, I'll play.
Ready to go.
Yes, sir.
I'm not
right.
the smartest man in the world, but I would have swore you was eating pancakes before the game.
Did you like my line on Instagram? I stole it from Craig, and I was like, man, Stanfield's eating at IHOP later. Oh, man, big game, dude. Great to have you on. Sorry we didn't get you on last week. But big win tonight, man. I mean, a lot of points for an offense to put up.
Yes, sir.
You know? Well, awesome. We'll be
coming to group.
Oh, yeah. We'll be following you. Appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Connor,
Thank you.
good job, big guy.
Great game.
Thank you.
Big guy.
We're going to have to scoot over and get
I
the
know.
big guy in here.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't break your seat.
11 pancakes in one football game?
Yes, sir.
Is this certified? 11 pancakes?
10 or 11.
Oh, see, 10 or 11.
We'll,
10 or 11.
we'll round
double-digit
up. 11's
pancakes?
good. 11's good.
Double-digit pancakes in one football game. Tell me what's going on out there tonight. Was it you just having your way?
Yes, sir. They were playing hard in the first quarter, but then after we shut them out, second quarter it was just like it was super easy to go through them. It was like a train going through a car.
I just think you wore him out, man.
A train going through a car. I like that. Somebody put that on a shirt. A train
How
going
did
through
it
a
make
car.
you guys feel to see him go for it on 4th down a couple times and y'all stopped him and it put your offense right back out there? How did that feel over on the sideline?
It felt amazing. It just knowing that your defense has your back when we're all the way down there, and that we can get a stop and get right back in there. It's amazing.
Yeah, you guys played good. We had Bruce here just a second ago, and he just showed thanks to you guys. He was like, it all starts with you guys up front.
Oh, yes, it all starts with the coaches. The coaches coached me. Like, I was not very good last year, but Connor Stanfield, he nurtured me up, and he taught me almost everything I know. And
He put you on that Chipotle regimen?
yes, sir.
45 points against a team like this. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Good job.
Well, keep it up. We're looking forward to continuing to see those pancakes.
Thank you.
Good watching y'all.
Yep. Hey, you send Jackson. Hey, grab Landon too if you see him. Not Landon. Yeah.
Bringing Coach over.
Man, another big win. A shutout at that.
That was
Impressive.
a good defensive performance for sure.
That was
Love
a great
watching it.
defensive performance.
Yeah, they're hard to game plan for because they run midline, they run veer, they play power football. They've scored points on us, last year, a couple years before that they have, and then they'll hit you with the big ball. And they threw the ball deep a lot tonight, and thought the kids did a good job. We did create a couple turnovers. I told them, I said, man, Mr. Davis ain't happy with us today. We've got to get some turnovers.
That's right.
So they did do a good job on that. And, came out of the chute really fast on offense and then had a lull there for a little bit. And that was frustrating, but bounced back later on and had some kids, I think, playing really, really good. I have to watch that video, but I think they're feeling confident and they're playing physical and getting better.
Man, y'all look really, really good tonight. I mean, I know you know that with the score, but look really good.
Stayed in the backfield the whole time. The running backs couldn't get started.
Yeah, and that was huge. That was really big. I think that's kind of what destroys the midline some is when you're getting it at the point of attack and you're coming off the edge too with it. And it was cool. Everybody 2 weeks ago are like, when's Ben gonna have a breakout game, breaks school record? When's Bruce? What's the deal with Bruce? Well, the deal with Bruce is we're throwing football a lot, and then Bruce has 2 huge runs tonight, and you can kind of see how electric he is. And we're getting the ball to a lot of kids right now, and one kid's not gonna get the shine as much, but it's cool to see in their moments, how special he is, what type of gear he has on the football field, how well he carries his pads.
Well, tell us a little bit about Jordan Stewart. He had a pretty nice game on the line.
He's coming on, and we talked about him in fall camp probably being one of the best stories in our program that you can see. In 7th grade, we would run around the track, and he would run the track, but he's walking. And, he weighs 340-something pounds. He shaved some weight off. And he's just like, I keep going. And you talk to him, you're like, Jordan, man, you're making it around that track. He's 1 foot in front of the other, coach. And then 3 years later, for him to be dominating the way he is, he's grown each year. Couldn't squat 135 pounds. As a 9th grader, has over 4 plates on each side within a year, and has great flexibility. Now he's getting some power, has phenomenal quickness for a 330-pound kid. And so now he's playing dominant football, and his confidence is shooting up.
How excited were you with your defense with the guys in the middle, Lewis and Weekly, on those 4th downs? And they were pretty short 4th downs, and they absolutely clogged up the middle on 2 or 3 4th down plays to give you guys the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall, we had 4 stops on 4th downs, try to 1 in the air or whatnot.
I think it was 7.
There you go, man. And that's beautiful. I mean, discipline, not to jump, because you got to watch the football there, and then you're playing passive, you're watching the ball, and then still turning it on and stopping them for a half yard. It's huge. It's physicality, the dominance part of it. That was neat to see. I'm really proud of those guys. Inside linebacker, put Josh Porsche running sideline to sideline tonight. It might have been one of his best games in the moments, when I was focusing in and catching him.
He had some big hits.
Big hits and running through the tackle. He's a really, really good athlete, and we were hoping to get him to play extremely physical football, kind of like his brother did 2 years ago, and he's growing into that, and he had a really special night.
One thing I can say, Coach, when Landon first got hurt, it looked like it took a little wind out of yourselves for a drive or two. But what I thought, y'all, it was nice to see that it looked like the whole team picked it up after that and just played ball.
And, you know, I think right now is there's just a little bit of a shock factor where the best thing about us is how much they care about each other, and that hurts you right there during that moment. They can't get it out of their head, and it's like you got to go and play the next play. And I'd rather them have tender hearts like they do and love their buddy that much, and us not be able to move the ball for 2 or 3 plays because we're worried about it. And I think that happens a lot, especially after Jackson. I mean, it's a little bit gun shy when somebody goes down, and you're praying for the best. And I think he's going to be okay. We think there's just some scar tissue torn up, so
y'all had like a little bit of a lull, but come out in the third, Sergio shows up, took that route, took it to the house.
He's special, man. He's fast. He's smart. Been playing great on offense, and kind of got challenged at corner this week, and to make that play, I mean, that was beautiful.
Coach, my favorite player of the game, though, and we talked about it earlier, was Burris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about that all week.
He's pursuing.
I mean, and I was surprised how fast he is.
Yeah, and a lot of those that he's pursuing on, and I know also the drag gets people fired up, but he's pursuing, running after that ball. A lot of times backside when he knows he might not get there unless the quarterback pulls up and it's 30, 40-yard chase, and he keeps rolling full tilt every play. And that's a big body doing that. That's hard to do, and you don't see many kids in high school play that hard.
About the touchdown.
Yeah, the touchdown was special. It shows how great an athlete he is.
He was moving.
The pass that Landon caught in the flex position, we started doing that this week, and Marcus is really good at that. He went down and played 7-on-7 with us, but you see him catch that drag and kind of separate from some guys in the secondary at 270. Man, that's big and sexy, right?
What I liked a lot about that play was to see, I think it was Riley hustling downfield to get that last block.
Yeah,
get him into the end zone. That was
Man,
really
wait till you
special.
watch the film on Logan's touchdown down here. Nick Martin destroyed somebody.
And Nick did on Bruce's big long run here. I mean, and you could hear it. You could just hear pads shellac. Nick's big power back, man.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Well, great, man. We won't keep you any more of your time. Appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Great win.
Great game.
Watching y'all.
I appreciate y'all covering us. Thank you, Dominic.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, brother. Hey, if Coach Fuller's not in yet, have him holler at us.
Okay. Yep, I'll do.
Hey, Nick.
We're the flag boys.
Hey, Landon, you all right here in a minute?
Yes, sir.
All right. Nick. Ben, you got us here in a minute?
Oh, yeah.
You got time? Let's check this guy's helmet again. Hey, we saw this block you had down here in the end zone on Logan's.
It was ugly.
Oh, man. The big one for Bruce as well. I mean, you're making impacts on every play. Love watching you play football.
Thank you.
What was it like out there tonight?
Well, how we got beat last year, but it was a game that we all wanted really bad. So the goal was to go out there and dominate every play. Coach Gibson gave us a little talk at the beginning of the game, gave us a talk during halftime that we had to fix it because offense wasn't producing like he wanted to, and defense was doing okay, but we could have did better. So the goal was to go out there and dominate. So,
do you have a nickname?
I mean, y'all call me the Truth. So.
Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet Baby Ray.
Do you like it? You like the Truth?
I like it.
All right.
My mom calls me that.
I've been sitting here thinking like, man, I don't know if I can come up with something that's worthy. But the Truth, all right, we'll stick with that.
Yes, sir.
Well, the truth tonight on defense is they went for 4 or 7 different times on fourth down, and y'all held them every single time.
Yes, sir.
A few of them were really short fourth downs. And
yes, sir.
Absolutely stuffed them.
Well, they went for the 3rd and 1, and then 4th and 1. Didn't get it either time. So that was.
Yes, sir. Some great calls by Coach. Coach Fuller was out there making some good calls on
the shutout.
Fourth and short. Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. Hey, we appreciate you being on. We're gonna try to get through as many people as we can. You know one of my favorite players. Don't ever leave the field without hollering at us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Passing out some Aunt Jemima syrup because he's been pancake and everything.
Yes, sir.
Hey, he ain't out here to pancake. He's out here to crack heads. You know what it is.
He's doing
You know what it is.
Put me in the game. I like it.
All right, brother.
Sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it,
Another big game from Nick Martin. Can't wait to see these stats on you Monday.
So thank you.
Ben, you got time?
Yeah.
Man, you all right after that hit earlier?
Oh, yeah, I'm straight.
I got it on video, and I ain't going to put it anywhere, but it looked pretty nasty.
Yes, sir, I'm good, though.
Man, another big game. I mean, it's just the expectation for you at this point. 45 points up on the board. I mean, what didn't go your way tonight? I mean, it seems like y'all are just on all cylinders right now.
Oh yeah, you know, we're taking a lot of steps offensively, and our defense took a huge step tonight, got their first shutout. But you know, there's a lot of things we can work on offensively. Like, yeah, we had great protection up front for the most part. There's a few slips here and there, but I think I needed to stop holding on to the ball too long. I think that's one thing I need to improve on. And other than that, you know, receivers made plays. Landon and Marcus, you know, took off on everybody, and that's just him being an athlete.
I feel like I needed a set of pom-poms tonight because on that long run you had, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know he's coming to me to chest bump. And you let the guy catch you from behind. What's up with that?
Did
he have the burners?
He had an ankle. He had an ankle.
He had an ankle?
He had an ankle.
I didn't have my throw tractor, so
all of a sudden geometry got real important.
Yeah, I couldn't check the angle on that one. But it was a great run, though.
He had an angle. Oh man. So man, next week you're going to Tyler, right?
Sir.
Somebody tell us they put up 58 points tonight.
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's like it's gonna be a big time showdown.
Oh yeah, you know they always have athletes, you know, year in and year out, and they got a good coaching staff over there, and it should be a pretty good game.
I'm sure it will be. We'll be rooting for you.
Sir.
And be betting on, we're not betting on you, but we'll be picking you for sure. All right, man. We appreciate your time, man. Another big game.
Great game.
Another big game. Ben Harmon.
Thank you.
Oh,
What are you doing playing offense, scoring touchdowns, getting these long passing plays? What's going on?
I don't know. It's just.
And you look like you're pretty fast too. Maybe you walking off on everybody.
He looked like a tight end out there, didn't he?
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
66 yards.
Well, you looked really fast the first 20 yards or so. And then I think Riley had to escort you on in there.
Yeah.
That was impressive. That really was. I did not know you could run like that.
Thank
you
you.
was moving, man.
Yeah.
Sitting here on the field, it was nice to watch because we could see it develop from the beginning, and we were just waiting for you to catch it, and you caught it. Thought you were going to drop it. No, I didn't.
Well, you kind of drug a guy for about 3 yards, and then he slowed you down a little bit, and then he just shot out of a missile, man. I was like, what is this?
So what are your thoughts when you actually start seeing just the turf between you and the end zone?
Go score. I mean, I probably would have got chased down. I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't for Sergio, he had a good block on that cornerback. But other than that,
my cornerback wasn't gonna tackle you.
What'd you say?
Was you out of gas when you got there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't think I was gonna be able to go again.
How was your Ray Charles performance tonight?
We can always play better, but we definitely last year. I would say we played down the competition. Not saying it's a bad team; it's a really good football program. But we could have played better tonight, but we came out to win. That's all that matters.
So how are y'all able to just continue on a game like this? I mean, is just keeping that goose egg that important? Getting into the fourth quarter. I mean, just to keep them off the scoreboard.
I mean, we're not too much as focused on the score, but yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of motivation because getting a shutout is huge. I mean, saying that you shut out a good program like this just means a lot, and hopefully we get some more this season.
You know, when you get down to the last 4 or 5 minutes, you still got that 0 on there. You want to keep it there, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you guys had a great night, and we definitely enjoyed watching you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good game, big guy.
How you feeling, Landon?
I'm feeling good.
All right. Nothing serious?
No, sir. Not that I don't think so. I'm going to see Dr. Mitchell tomorrow morning, though, to make sure it's.
Landon took a hit on the sideline. His guy kind of went low on you. Kind of just precautionary.
A little bit. Yes, sir. I was cutting, and then I got a hit, and it just kind of popped a little bit, but they think it was just scar tissue.
Yeah. Man, I saw you had some mad hops down here on this. I hate they threw a flag, but you almost got that ball on that punt earlier.
Yes, sir. I tried to get it, but.
Well, how would you rate your team's performance?
I feel like overall we played pretty good, but we could do a lot better. We got a lot of things we need to work on, and just that team was also a really good. They had a really good team, but we played pretty good tonight and did our job.
Awesome. Well, you think you'll be good next week? You think?
Hope so. Yes,
Right.
sir. I'm pretty sure I will.
Said Chapel Hill put up like 60 points or something almost tonight. I mean, of course,
Who are they
we're out
playing?
here. I don't know, but they're out here getting goose eggs. So it's gonna be fun to see what happens on that. But
Yes,
man,
sir.
we wish you the best luck. Man, you know,
Thank you, sir.
get a good night's rest and give us an update tomorrow on that.
Landon,
Yes, sir.
glad it's not serious.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, brother. Appreciate it, man. Hey,
Appreciate
thanks
it,
for
man.
talking around with us, man.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Have a good night, Landon.
Let's bring back on the Chicks Choctaw girls, Katie and Lizzie. Let's talk about some area scores.
And Chapel Hill was playing Bullard.
Bullard.
I'll give it my seat. Yeah, I don't mind giving it my seat.
I could just hang out back here.
Right there.
I have an update right here, and I'm going to hold back on releasing because I want to verify it before we do. So I have a text out, but it looks like Falcon Glen Rose, something possibly happened during that football game that made it unable to finish. Let me verify that before we go through with that because it sounds pretty bad. Do what?
An injury or something?
No. No. Let me verify real quick. I got a text out. Well, let's talk about how did Longview finish?
Longview won 17.
What?
Hold
17?
17. Was it 17-7?
Longview 17-7.
Yes, final 17-7.
I can't believe they didn't score.
Wow.
Closer than
Liberty
you.
Ilo, Atlanta, 38 all.
Is it really? Scored
Is it
like
really?
38-32 with like a minute 15
yes,
left.
they must have just
38, 30
scored.
seconds.
They had
30
to.
seconds left.
They scored in the last minute and a half.
Oh.
They had
Told
to.
y'all this was the week for Atlanta.
Now they're coming in with
Ball
momentum
game.
too.
That's
They're gonna go
But that
into
gave me chill
exciting.
bumps to see that score. That's
Yeah.
how excited I am for them.
they
been a
must have just
great
scored with a minute to go. That's exciting.
That may be what they need to see. that they
And
can
give us Gilmer
That
Carpenter.
first W is the hardest one.
24,
to get. Yeah, and you
15
got a new coach. That
Carthage.
first
Really?
W is the hardest one to get.
Man, I can't believe it's hard to keep Carthage in the 20s.
Yeah, I think Gilmer played a good game. They played better than what I thought they would, to be honest with you. I mean,
They're tough. Don't
And
roll them out
another
on
game
everything.
that I picked, DeKalb Bears, declawed the Dangerfield Tiger.
Did they really?
They
Yes.
did.
35-28. We got that one flipped.
All right.
Yes.
We called Dangerfield
Yes.
winning 35-28.
So DeKalb, I will be to FSJ to get something to eat on the house.
Sabine is now 4-0. They beat Elkhart 35-12. So that's big for that program. Big.
How about Queen City? How'd they do?
Oh, I think they got rolled pretty well.
Did they?
See, Mount Pleasant lost. Paris opened it up a little
Yeah.
bit towards the end, 30-8.
New Diana beat Queen
That's
City
about what I
49-6.
Van beat Pittsburgh 7-0.
So that's
Really?
a
Yeah.
very interesting score.
That's
Yeah,
an
that is.
interesting
That's
score.
a very interesting score.
It's not quite what I thought that was going to be.
So I've had two of these in. It looks like this is unverified, but I have two messages on it. Falk at Glen Rose. Game was called in the third quarter. Glen Rose was winning 41-0. There was an all-out brawl between, in the entire stadium.
wow.
Unverified, but I do have two different people that have sent us that.
So Glen Rose defeated Falk.
Yeah, they called the game in the third quarter.
Who won in the stands?
I don't know. That's not a good situation.
Sorry.
Texas High. What was Texas High final?
Texas High was 30-14. They pulled away.
Told y'all.
At the
Wow.
Told y'all they were going to. Did I not?
end. Hey, man, I picked them.
So yeah, we all picked them.
I did. Think I'd ever bet against
Tracy, you have a big
go
day.
against Texas.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm going to be excited to see what kind of passing yards Sellers had and
Yeah.
how big of a game Cooper had.
And Webster.
In that kind of game. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting updates here. I hadn't been able to check them because there's bad service here, but it looked like Sellers was on fire tonight.
And I'll tell you, Texas has a good defensive and offensive line. I mean,
Yeah.
that makes a big difference.
Let's see.
Jefferson won big, 35-7 over North Lamar.
They finally kicked
They
it
finally
in
kicked it in.
the
This
second half.
Liberty Ilo game, it looks like it's probably going to go into overtime, is what it looks like.
That was probably an amazing game to be
Oh,
at,
yeah.
just based
Yes.
off of what I've
It's going to
seen.
be game of the week right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we don't have a camera there for that game. Maud got beat by Honeygrove. Hooks rolled over Cooper. I don't know if we've done that. I'm surprised DeKalb beat Dangerfield.
Time to.
DeKalb must be a real deal.
Hate to say it,
I mean, I told y'all that was
but
going to
I
happen.
picked them.
He's going to keep throwing that one out there until you acknowledge that he picks them.
That's the home of
I
Haas
might not
Cartwright.
pick
So how
against
can you
DeKalb for the rest of the year, though.
Linden Kildare, I think, picked up their first W of the season, 22-20 over Hawkins.
You know, I think Lyndon Kildare has two of the top tacklers in the area.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got I just got word number 2 Jasper lost tonight.
Wow.
Lost to Die Ball 14-9.
Die Ball, shout out to Lionel Garr.
I called that pregame. Remember?
I wasn't.
I said number 2 was going to lose. Jasper to Die Ball. Y'all don't listen.
I didn't hear that one.
I don't think it was
I called this. Nobody listens
I don't
to
even
me.
think the game was mentioned.
I don't know. No, I think I talked about it. I was pretty sure that's what was going to happen. That's
sure
big. Number 2 going down to Die Ball.
Pretty sure it didn't come up at all.
Well, I'm going to take that cut, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to post on Instagram, called it.
While we're pretending that you made that call, can we pretend that I didn't pick Tenaha in their game?
Tenaha lost?
Tenaha lost.
No, like 67-14 lost.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
There's no
not
going back and
I think we have ran out our welcome here at
Yes.
Jack V. Murphy Bear Stadium, and they are turning off the lights on us. So we want to thank our presenting sponsors, Texarkana Emergency Center, State Bank, as always, the TXK Marketing, video production. Hope you had enjoyed it, and
Golf
big
USA.
win for hopefully everybody in the city. Texas High, PG, and hopefully Liberty ILO can pull it out. Special thanks to Golf USA for hooking us up with the cups.
And we are